welcome to today's video. Today we're going to take a deeper look into the B1 Speaking Cambridge exam. Altogether there is 4 different parts which will require you to speak about different scenarios, voice your opinions and have a conversation with the other candidates. Altogether there will be about 12 minutes for 2 candidates. Just be aware, sometimes there may be 3 candidates, so the exam might be a little bit longer. However, everything else is exactly the same. Now, make sure that you are confident and that you are able to express and that you understand each question. Now, let's take a look at each part. Part 1. With part 1, you will have to answer a series of questions. Now, the questions will not be too difficult. They may be questions, for example, what's your favorite type of music? What do you like living about in this city? What do you like to do for your holidays? Generally, they will be about the past, future, and opinions. Now, remember to make your answers complete. They do not need to be complicated, but they do need to be complete. For example, what's your favorite type of music? My favorite type of music is rock and roll. No, bad answer. What's your favorite type of music? My favorite type of music is rock and roll because it helps me to relax and it energizes me to go through the day. Okay, so make sure you make it nice and complete and give your reasons to each questions. You will have about 3 to 4 questions depending on the time it takes you to answer, as well as the other candidates. Now we're going to head over to part 2. Now part 2 is slightly more difficult. You will be shown a photo, for example, like this. In this photo, you have to be able to express what is actually happening and describe the photo. When you are describing the actions, remember present continuous. Very, very important. The person is drinking, they are walking. Okay, so we always tend to use present continuous when you are describing the actions. Now you have to speak for 1 minute. That can seem like a long time to speak, but I advise you to structure your answers. In doing so, take these following steps. Number 1, describe what is happening. Present continuous, want to remember. Describe what is happening. Number 2, start talking about the people, the appearance, the emotion, the relationship. Are they friends? Are they family? Etc. Next, head over to the clothes. Now, speak in general, you don't need to be specific, but are they trendy? Are they casual, sporty? Then with the clothes, try to connect it to the weather. For example, if they're wearing t-shirt, then it's most likely because it's a hot day. So it's going to be summertime. So try to connect the clothes to the weather. And then the last one, what else? On the right, on the left, in the background, at the foreground. So really think about how you can structure your answers. Following those steps, you'll find it very easy to speak for 1 minute. Over to now part 3. With part 3, you will be given a card similar to this by the examiner. This is where you now need to have a conversation with the other candidates. Remember that this is a conversation, not a monologue. So you do need to be able to interact with the other candidates. So do not speak for a long length of time. However, once again, give complete answers. Explain your reasons why you believe this opinion. With this card, you will also be given a question by the examiner and you need to speak to the other candidates about the question. Speak about the pros, the cons. Also give your opinions. Agree and disagree with the other candidates, and most importantly, ask questions. You do need to be able to ask questions to the candidate to provide a conversation. If you were in a situation where you were with your friends and you did not ask any questions, the conversation will be very, very slow and very difficult. With this part, remember to be complete with your answers. Be confident with your answers. Now we're going to go over to part 4. Now part 4 is very similar to part 3. However, this time you will not be given any pictures or card by the examiner, just simply a question And once again, you need to discuss that question with the other candidate. Again, opinions, agree, disagree, and ask questions. Here you'll be given many different types of questions. What question you may be given, you will have to find out on the day. But use the expressions that you can be given to state your opinion. For example, in my opinion, from my point of view, as far as I believe, so forth, things like this. Okay, my final tips. Now, for part 3 and 4 requires you to interact with the other person. So if the other person is struggling or finding something different, then help that person, okay? If you know the word they want to use, just tell them, do you mean mm-mm? This will really help you and reflect highly on your total marks because it shows that you are able to help in a different language. Step number 2, learn different expressions. It is very common for students to say, I think, I think, I think. Try to learn different expressions to help you to express all the vocabulary that you know. For example, in my opinion, speaking for myself, it is my belief. All these different expressions will help you gain a higher mark. And the last and final advice, smile. Try to enjoy the speaking. Think about the body language. When you smile, it really shows a lot more confidence, and it shows that you are able to enjoy speaking another language. Once again, and that will also score highly. If you are negative, the examiner will see that you are very down and that you're very closed. Okay, so shoulders out and try to speak with a smile. It really will help you with the final scores. Well, that's the end of my video. I hope I have been able to help you. Check out my other videos if you want to know more about the different parts of the B1 exam. If not, until next time, I'll see you soon.